You know, in the course of all my habitat work, I sometimes actually manage to hunt too. And so I thought maybe I'd share with you my setup for this fall. Now, my personal preference is traditional or primitive archery, which means that I will shoot with either an old recurve or a longbow or a bow that I made myself. Well, this is the bow that I'm going to hunt with this year. It's a white ash bow that I cut down and cured the stave, dried it up, and then fashioned this with hand tools into a workable bow. This one does follow the string a little bit, but it has a very sweet cast. It's good in the hand, and it shoots where I aim most of the time. No, it shoots where I aim all the time. That's the problem. When I finished this bow, I was struck by the sort of mottled sheen that's on it, sort of a grayish color. And it reminded me very much of a lake trout. So I named it after a lake trout. If you look here, well, there's my picture of a lake trout. I'm no artist, but this is Namekush. It's the Algonquin word for dweller in the deep. It's actually the second half of their genus and species name, Salvelinus namekush. And then in addition on this side, I wrote Duc et ultum, which is Latin for the words of Jesus to Peter, telling him to go out and try one more time to put out into the deep in hopes of landing a catch. It's a part of my faith, and not only that, it kind of reminds me when I put out into the deep in my canoe, if you could imagine me on the surface of the water, that's what the bathymetric lines look as the depths sink down below the canoe. I also am using an old back quiver that I had that I made many years ago. I'll hunt I'll probably hunt in a tree stand, but maybe on the ground too. I much prefer hunting on the ground. I am not hunting with a traditional arrow. Now I have made like these flu-flus here out of Port Orford cedar, but I'm not hunting with those. In order to be consistent, I have gone to hunting with, these are gold tips. They are wood grain, but it is a carbon shaft. And here you can see I've got a two-bladed Magnus Stinger buzz cut. And I think everybody should hunt the way they like. My brother and brother-in-law, and they hunt with crossbows, and my son hunts with a compound bow. Use whatever you want, but be efficient. And for people who have trouble with hunting, I understand it. Killing and hunting is not necessarily nice. But I think, to be realistic, what we need to remember is that nature is not nice. It is beautiful, but it's not nice. And these animals are being hunted all the time anyway, and we don't consider those animals to be evil for actually hunting. As hunters, we owe it to that animal to do the best job that we can, to be proficient with our gear, and to give it a humane death. It's going to die. They might get mangled by a pickup truck. They might get run down by a pack of coyotes or wolves, or snatched up by a bear. And so I hunt. And honestly, I'll be honest, sometimes I shed a tear when I actually take the life of an animal. But it is a part of the natural process of the world. So I don't apologize for hunting. I just hope that you can maybe understand it. Enjoy the woods however you want to enjoy them. Do the best you can, and good luck out there. Little hot.